Holy! BYD just dropped an electric supercar that hits 0 to 62 in 2.36 seconds, charges from 30 to 80% in about 10 minutes, and wears a price tag that'll make you question your calculator. Roughly $233,000. Yeah, that's right. But the real shock comes when you see what's inside. All right, picture this. A car that looks like someone fused a hypercar, a concept prototype, and a stealth jet, then handed it to a designer who just got out of a Lamborghini and said, "Go crazy." The Yangwang U9 is long, low, and dripping with aggression. The profile screams supercar, that long hood, that crazy windshield angle, and a rear end that looks like it's ready to blast off. It's as if BMW's precision married Lamborghini's drama, then invited Tesla's minimalist design philosophy to the wedding, except BYD gave it sharper teeth. The front end, oh, it's not shy. Those narrow, sinister LED headlights tuck perfectly into sculpted fenders, and the front bumper channels air like it's prepping for takeoff. From the side, the doors rise dramatically, butterfly style, the kind that make your neighbors drop their coffee when you step out. The wheel arches bulge with confidence, and those gigantic rims look like they're straight off a concept car. The stance, wide, low, and planted. It doesn't just sit on the road, it dominates it. Compared to a BMW M8, the U9 takes the same classy shape, but rips the suit off and shows up in a carbon fiber tracksuit. Compared to a Ferrari, it's less art gallery and more sci-fi blockbuster. Tesla? Cute. But the U9 adds layers, vents, active aero, and sculpted hips that practically shout, "We engineered this thing to scare million-dollar cars." And here's the kicker, it looks way more expensive than it actually is. You'd think it's a million-dollar hypercar, yet it costs a fraction of that. Every line, every vent, every reflection in the paint says, "Future." Even the details are obsessive, active air intakes that open and close depending on temperature, hidden carbon fiber accents, and a rear diffuser that looks like it could double as a spaceship part. The paint options? Absolutely wild. Deep metallic blacks, sunset golds, neon silvers, colors that don't just look expensive, they feel expensive. Oh, and it can literally jump. Yes, jump. BYD gave it something called Dices X active suspension, which can adjust each wheel individually and even lift the car a few inches off the ground to clear obstacles or potholes. You hit a bump in your neighborhood, this car just hops over it. It's ridiculous and kind of genius. Now, step inside, this is where things get unreal. The interior doesn't feel like a car, it feels like a private jet met a gaming rig. The cockpit wraps around you like a spaceship, low seating position, massive displays, and materials that make you go, wait, this is BYD? The dashboard has that futuristic, minimalist curve, but it's packed with screens. There's a driver display that looks like Iron Man's HUD, a massive center infotainment screen, and even a passenger display so your co-pilot doesn't get bored. The materials are premium all the way, buttery leather, Alcantara, and brushed aluminum. Every button, every switch feels solid. The seats hug you perfectly, sport bolstering, but still soft enough to daily drive. Oh, and they massage you too. Heated? Of course. Ventilated? Absolutely. Ambient lighting that changes color with your mood? You bet. It's like BYD said, if it's luxurious, put it in. Tech-wise, the U9 is a digital playground. You've got a giant infotainment system that syncs with everything. A customizable head-up display, voice control that actually works, and a premium sound system that can blast your Spotify playlist like you're front row at a concert. BYD's E4 platform gives each wheel its own motor, meaning it can control power delivery with surgical precision. In corners, it grips like it's reading your mind. It feels less like you're driving and more like you're wearing the car. For a company once known for budget EVs, this level of tech and finish is honestly too good for the price. By the way, if you're digging this and want more deep dives into Chinese hypercars and the wild stuff happening in EV tech, hit that subscribe button and tap the like. You don't want to miss what's coming next on Dragon Driver. Now, let's talk practicality. And yes, I know calling a 1200 horsepower supercar practical is kind of a joke, but hear me out. The U9's got a 2+2 layout, which means 2 proper front seats and 2 kinda seats in the back. They're great for bags, maybe your kid if they're small enough, but don't expect to fit your 6-foot friend back there. The trunk? It's there. Enough for a couple of duffel bags or your ego after showing up your buddy's Corvette. Compared to a Honda Accord or Toyota Camry, it's laughably impractical, but compared to most exotics, it's actually pretty livable. You could technically daily it, if your idea of a commute involves dodging paparazzi. Under the hood, or rather under the floor, sits a monster setup. The U9 runs a quad-motor electric drivetrain, 1 motor per wheel, giving it absurd traction and control. It pumps out around 1,300 horsepower combined, which explains that insane 2.36-second 0 to 62 mph sprint. The battery is BYD's famous Blade LFP pack, roughly 80 kilowatt hours with a range of about 450 kilometers, or around 280 miles. Charging, thanks to an 800-volt system, it can juice from 30 to 80% in just about 10 minutes if you've got a big enough charger. That's faster than most people order Starbucks. All right, let's talk about the part that really makes jaws drop: the price. This entire spaceship on wheels with supercar looks, hypercar performance, and tech that makes Tesla look like a flip phone costs 1.68 million yuan, which is roughly $233,000 USD. Now yeah, that's not cheap, but think about it. A Ferrari SF90, over $500,000. A Lamborghini Revoluto, 700 grand easy. Even a Porsche Taycan Turbo S is nearly 200K, and this thing blows past it in speed, tech, and attitude. For what it delivers, that price is honestly insane. But speed isn't everything. BYD didn't forget safety, and this is where they flex again. The U9 packs multiple redundant systems thanks to the E4 platform. Tons of sensors, adaptive cruise, emergency braking, lane keeping, all the usual suspects, but integrated with the car's hyper-level suspension and control. That jumping suspension, it's not just for show. In theory, it can react to road hazards or potholes faster than you can blink. That's not just luxury, that's protection. BYD basically said, why can't safety look cool? Now, here comes the spicy part, the controversy. Because for all the tech and power and luxury, the big question still hangs. Would you trust a Chinese-built supercar with your life? Not hating, just being real. It's brand new, it hasn't proven itself in long-term ownership, and it's not officially crash-tested in the US yet. Service, spare parts, reliability, those are question marks. And let's be honest, Americans are still skeptical about Chinese cars in general. But man, when they build something like this, it's hard not to feel jealous. We're over here arguing about charging stations while BYD's out here making flying hypercars. So, what do you think? Future icon or future flop? Would you ever park a Yangwang U9 in your garage, or is it too soon to trust Chinese tech at this level? Drop your thoughts down below. I read every comment, and I know this one's gonna get heated. And hey, don't forget to subscribe, because next time, we're diving into BYD's SUV sibling that's breaking the internet, and trust me, it's even crazier. Until then, stay curious, stay jealous, and keep driving like a dragon. This is Dragon Driver, signing off.